That's a really good note, actually. That idea of like doing one nice thing a day for your partner. Like, how do you go above and beyond for them?
Every single day, no matter where we are, we start our morning with, good morning, I love you so much. Whether it's a text if we're in a different city or whether we're laying next to each other in bed. We do not get the first words out of our mouth is I love you. And the last words out of our mouth before we go to bed are I love you. And, even with my kids, I don't ever get off the phone with my kids without telling them I love them. They hear it all the time from me, but I'm like, I'm going to tell you. I know you know, but I'm going to tell you all the time because I never want you to ever worry about that.
I love that.
You're so loved.
My mom was here today. She's been at our event. We had an event all weekend. She's been hanging out. It's the most incredible thing to be able to bring your family along with you,
Yes. I love that you do that because I say all the time, people, we get the work-life balance question as women a lot, right? But men don't get that as often. We get it all the time. Mm-hmm. But I built a business where family could be part of my business, and bringing my kids along with me and getting them see what I do and what my work looks like and understanding that gave them such a unique perspective in life. And thinking about now I've grown men who are my sons and them starting their own businesses and having that almost like by osmosis experience, from the pack and play in my office to where we are today, watching it all along the way. It's really part of their like genetic makeup now because it's like they've been in it, every single day of their life.
They're like listing off SKUs to fall asleep every night. I like that. So did you actually, I've always wondered that. I haven't been blessed with kids yet. Hopefully that happens one day for us. But did you bring your kids to work?
All the time.
You just strap them in?
I still do. In the early days before they were in preschool, I had a pack and play and I had a bouncy chair. And there was like 6 of us in the office. And I'd be on the phone with a buyer like Nordstrom and I'd be like passing Beck, my baby, and I'd be like, take him. Cause if he'd be like cooing or, he was a really good baby, thank God. But, one of the other girls in my office would be like holding him like in the bathroom while I'm on the phone with Nordstrom, But then when they'd go to school, I remember like preschool, they started at 3 and I would drop them off and it was like, okay, I have until 1:45 to just do as much as I possibly can and do all the calls and all those. And then I would bring them back to my design studio with me until we finished up that night. I traveled with Cade, my oldest, when I would do New York, all the shows. I had friends that lived in New York and LA. They'd baby. I thank God for friends. It takes a village. It really does. But I would be selling during the day and they'd be babysitting for me and watching him. He had like 70,000 frequent flyer miles at the age of 3 because he went everywhere with me. He was my little sidekick. And, but I loved it. And in the early stages, like I couldn't afford a nanny. I couldn't afford those things. Yeah. Like every dollar I was spending, I was having to put into trying to build the business. And I was like, I can figure this out. I look back on it now and honestly, I'm like, how did I do that exactly? Because it wasn't easy, but it's the only thing I knew.
What advice would you have for a single mom that wants to start up a business like yours?
Well, I think that's the thing, right? You create a business. The beauty about entrepreneurship is you create your own utopia. What is your utopia? What does your dream life look like? All right, for me, I wanted to be in jewelry and design and I wanted to be there for my little baby boy. I wanted to be the best mom I could possibly be. I didn't want to miss any of his games. I wanted to be there for him when he was sick. And that meant I couldn't go back to working in an office. I couldn't go back to working for somebody else. So if I wanted to create that, what was I going to do? And that meant that I created a workplace that allowed not just myself, but others to be there first for their families. Because it's not just for the boss, it's got to be for everybody. And you lead by example. So I think, you build the world, right? And you kind of reverse engineer it. Once you know the destination, you can build your roadmap to get there. Sometimes we try to build the roadmap before we know the destination. And that can be very confusing. And that destination, by the way, will change every 3 years or so. You're going to see it and you're going to go, that's where I'm headed. And then about 2 years in, you're going to go, ooh, wait, now I'm headed here. And now I got to build a new roadmap. Mm-hmm. And so that's going to change a little bit. But when you really start to think about how you do it, creating an environment where family can be part of what you do. Not every single day. My kid couldn't come with me on every sales call or everything. But I tried to do as many things as I could that allowed me to be able to be there and then set boundaries. So I knew, all right, I'm going to pick my kids up from school every day. I want to be that face that picks them up. Now that meant that I had to do some other things and sacrifices. I couldn't do long lunches. I couldn't, do some other things that some of my other friends were doing. I had to make other sacrifices, but that was my priority. And that was important to me. And so really understanding your priorities and what's important to you really will help you kind of create that vision of how to do it.